everyone, so this is my review of American Horror Story Roanoke, episode 4 called Chapter 4. And basically what this episode is about is Shelby and Matt meet a person who could help them be able to find Flora. And some more secrets of the original sort of villagers of Roanoke is revealed. And this was a really interesting episode that took a bit of a twist to it that I wasn't really expecting it to take. And I did really love learning more about the villagers of the Roanoke colony and sort of seeing what the American Horror Story sort of story plot is of what all happened to them. Which, what they chose to do, I was not expecting it to take that turn. That's one of the things I wasn't expecting. Especially to see how they all eventually, disappeared. And all this stuff was kind of weird, but I also slightly enjoyed it for some weird reason. To see what they all did to finally eventually all stick together and become sort of stuck on this plot of land. And then with that, I really enjoyed finally getting to know some of the backstory and finally seeing Priscilla. So, learning a bit of what her backstory is and seeing how she eventually ended up dead. With the bastion skull in the back of her head. And then also with that, I enjoyed in this episode sort of getting to know some of the other people who used to own the house before Matt and Shelby did. But with that being said, I felt like there was the one fact that was thrown in with all the past residents. That they all died around the same point of the year. I felt should have been something that was brought up a bit earlier in this season and not in this episode. But it still was a really interesting fact that I kind of enjoyed. And then with that, the fact that the Roanoke villagers can only kill people around this one point of the year, I felt it was something else that should have been brought up earlier this season, so then they could have known, hey, these ghosts can't actually kill us yet. They can only terrorize us. I think it's something that, like I said, should have been brought up earlier, but still, I'm kind of happy that it's at least brought up now. I really like seeing Dr. Elias Cunningham and having him, be this sort of moment of light for Shelby and Matt that could have gotten them out of there. But because of the fact that they sort of were still questioning him and questioning what's all going on to him, that they eventually lost that opportunity to leave. Just seeing Elias there was really kind of fun to see, and I enjoyed that. Finally getting to know, the witch in this episode was really great to, see her and get to know, her whole, backstory and all this stuff I really enjoyed. And seeing, how she's connected to everything. And maybe because of the fact that she's a druid, but maybe because the fact that she's referred to as a witch, that might lead into a possible future tie-in to Season 3, which would be really kind of exciting in my mind, even though I'm not really fully sure who's still alive from Season 3, but still maybe bringing in the new Supreme as a way to finally get rid of all these ghosts or something would be really cool to see. I really did like that at the end of this episode they finally did get Flora back. So maybe that might be able to bring Lee back into the story and maybe get to know a bit more about Flora and see a bit more of her in the episodes to come. And I do have to say, overall, I really enjoyed this episode and it was a really entertaining and interesting episode. So, yeah, that's my review of American Horror Story Roanoke. Episode 4 called Chapter 4. So, yeah. Bye!